Hey YouTube, I just wanted to do a quick review on this Beretta 92 A1 full auto BB gun. Safe, you can see right through the mag well, there's nothing in there. Mag's right here. I got two of these. They say you shouldn't keep CO2 in the mags because it's bad for the seals. And over the years, I've owned many BB guns, pistols, rifles, all of them. And yeah, that is true. You really shouldn't keep CO2 in them. But these magazines, for some reason, have no problem containing a CO2. Granted, I only use the Umarex actual branded ones, so I'm not putting Crossman garbage in this. This is a nice BB gun. It's good. I've seen a lot of reviews online of people saying because this is a full auto BB pistol that it's gonna just eat through CO2s. That's absolutely not the case. This is a 12 box. I've gone through 9 of them. Still got 2 left in here, and there's 1 in the other mag. And I purchased 1,500 rounds, and you can see there's probably about 200 left in there. So I fired roughly 1,200 shots out of this, and I've only gone through 9 CO2s. And trust me, I love the happy switch right there. Yup, that's the fun switch. I love it. This is just a fantastic pistol. I'm a lefty, so I grip it like this, and when I rack it back, I use my finger and just lock it up. Just like that. I've owned Glocks. I've owned Walther PPKs. All kinds of them. And every single one seems to have a problem. A lot of times I'll go out and I'll shoot. Either accuracy's way off, or I don't want to shoot all the CO2, and I'll go back the next day and the CO2 is drained. This is, I can't even press that. The valve's right there. So even if the valve did fail, it's right there. You can see it. I'm trying to get that to focus, but it's focused on me instead. But you just buy a little key if the valve fails, and you just replace the valve, just like that. You don't gotta go digging around inside the gun, nothing like that. It's just right there. So simple. Allen key right there to change the CO2. Simple as that. I don't really use silicone oil. I use actual firearm rem oil, which is just purchased at Walmart. I wouldn't buy CO2 from Walmart. Do not put Crossman in anything. Just, their CO2s are dirty. I don't know how many CO2s of those I've picked up and I've shaken and I've literally heard things rattling around inside them. You don't want that stuff flying through your gun. That's just gonna kill all the seals, the valves, everything. But this rem oil works really well. I broke the gun down numerous times, oiled it all up. I'll even do it for you right now. So you just like the real Beretta, you press this button, and then you turn this lever down, and the slide comes right off, just like that. So you can see all inside of it. You can break it down, you can clean it, you can oil it. Even the guide rod right here is steel. It's metal. It's not plastic like other people have said. It's definitely not plastic. I'll show you in a second. I'm not going to break it down because it's kind of a pain. The spring is really strong to put back in. But you can easily break this thing down. Just pull this off right here, just like that. I'm not going to go the full way because, like I said, it's a pain. But pull that out. You can pull the whole barrel assembly out. And I don't know, I haven't touched it with a magnet, but if this barrel is steel, oh, I am going to take this out and polish it. Take the paint right off of it and have a nice chrome barrel. I think that'll look really nice. Just like that, flip the switch up, done. Nice gun. Just, it's beautiful. I don't like Glocks. I think they're ugly as sin. I mean, yeah, I fired the real Glock numerous times, like the real steel, And yeah, they never jam. I get that. You know, they're super reliable. I get it. But they are ugly. They are ugly. They're a block. It's just a block. There's no design effort put into them at all. And not to mention the safety is on the trigger. That really doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, so you're going to call this a safety? How is that safe? You know, what if it's in first stage? You know, not double action, but single action. What if it's like that? And it's in your holster, and you got to pull it out, and boom, it goes off. Not a good day. Not a good day. It's part of the reason why 1911s and Berettas are my favorite. Because not only does this have an external hammer, so if you don't want double action and you want single action, just grab the hammer and cock it. Simple as that. Just like that. And if you want to put it back on safe, because the trigger's kind of a hair trigger now, just grab the safety and look what happens to the hammer. Done. Safe. I can pull this trigger all day. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening at all. See? The whole gun's functioning. Flip that safety off and now it shoots. Put it back on. Nothing. And you can't even, when the safety's on, you can't even rack the slide. It doesn't move. Just like the real steel. Flip that safety off. It goes right back. And then you can just push that little lever up if you want. Just lock it in place. Hold it there. The only thing I didn't like about it is all that. You know, I'm trying to get the sun to not reflect so much, but yeah, see, there's a lot of writing there. That's kind of ugly. They put a paragraph on this thing. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I could see this, you know, Beretta name. Okay, that's fine. You got no problem with that. But, I mean, come on. You really got to put a paragraph on the other side of it? I don't know. But, I mean, this thing's just amazing. And I've seen people say that the accuracy of it isn't that great. Maybe I just got a good example, because this thing is spot on. I mean, spot on. I got a little laser for it I could put on the bottom of it. Some cheap Gammo garbage laser. But I stuck it on there. I zeroed it in. And I held this thing at the hip and hit the funny switch and just nailed the target like it was no problem. Without any aiming at all. I mean, it is beautiful. There's been over 1,000 rounds shot through this thing and only 9 CO2s used. That is amazing. That is fantastic. I've owned the Umarex Beretta 92FS. That was the most accurate pistol I've ever fired in my life, even including real steel. Like, that thing is really accurate. But the problem is, the CO2 is locked inside. It's not inside the mag, it's inside the gun. So you load it in there, and then you got this little brass wheel you got to turn to tighten the CO2. And if you don't do it just right, and you close the lever on it, you're going to either bend the brass bar, which I've done numerous times. I don't even know how many times I've been on the phone with Umarex and ordering replacement brass bars. Now, mind you, this is like a $250 pellet gun. It's super accurate. Rifled barrel, everything. It's really accurate. But it sucks. It's a piece of shit. I would not recommend that to anybody. I mean, if you like accuracy and don't give a shit about reliability, then go for it. Because you're going to be ordering those brass bars constantly. You can either half puncture a CO2 and not get the pressure you need, which is a waste, because the moment you pull it back open to tighten the screw to give that CO2 a little more punction, boom, it's all gone. CO2's gone. So, wasted CO2. See you later. I don't know how many CO2s I've wasted in that thing. And I got the nickel one, and then I bought the brass handles, the wooden handles for it, the mahogany, I think they are, or walnut. And I spent probably almost $300 on that gun. And had nothing but problems with it. Endless problems. And then once that brass bar, that little retainer in there that punctures, that when you close the lever, it forces the CO2 up into the valve and punctures it. Once that little brass bar bends just a little bit, you're going to need like a multi-tool or a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, to turn the screw enough so where it puts pressure on the CO2, so when you close the lever, it punctures it. But that's a pain in the ass. Who wants to do that? Because it's bent. Like, that's terrible. And this gun cost me, what was it, $160? And it came with 2 mags, which is good. I got the 2 mag deal. A box of CO2 and a thing of ammo. There's still 2 CO2s in this box, and the other mag has a CO2 in it, but it's not punctured. So I still have 3 CO2s, and you can see right there, I'm pretty much almost done with this 1,500 rounds. And I have not had a single jam, not a single problem. This thing functions flawlessly. I mean, just absolutely flawlessly. I do an outside shooting, but it's cold outside today. It's kind of New England. It's how we are. You don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes, it'll change. But yeah, so if you're looking into a nice BB gun just for plinking, I mean, this isn't going to do anything. If you really wanted it for self-defense, you hit that happy switch right there. Yeah, hit somebody in the face with that, they're going to have a bad day. And they're really going to have change of thought on what they're doing. Because this thing will empty a magazine, a full 18-round mag, in seconds. And I mean literally, maybe a second and a half, you'll blow through 18 rounds. Just like that. Just a quick, like that, 3 rounds, gone. Just an instant, quick trigger pull. 3 rounds gone. It's insane. Maybe I'll give you a little view. See, give you an idea of what this thing's like. So, happy switches up. See how fast this thing fires. Those are 4-round bursts. I can't even get a 3-round burst out of this thing. Those are 4-round bursts. It's, look at that. Mag drops right out. And then there's a little hole right there. So when you can pull the spring back and then lock it in place and just drop BBs in there. But I would recommend, I mean, these are good BBs because they're from Umarex, and Umarex is a great company. But sun's kind of blasting that. But I would recommend the black oxidized, anodized, whatever they are. I would recommend those just because they're smoother on the barrel and they'll put less wear on it. I also did get Mother's Mag aluminum polish and then just a long Q-tip and ran it through the barrel until it came out clean. So the barrel in here is polished perfectly smooth. So that could be helping with the accuracy quite a bit. But as far as what people say with the CO2s in these things, oh, you'll get 2, maybe if you're lucky, 3 mags of CO2 out of this. Garbage. You'll get way more. Way more. I mean, I got proof right here. I only got about 150 rounds left in this thing, and I've only used 9 CO2s. So there's 1,200 rounds, roughly, and 9 CO2s. You do the math. I'm not a mathematician. I suck at math. But, I mean, this thing is really good on CO2. You could just hammer away on this thing all day long. It is a good gun. It is just beautiful. And it just, you just press it and it comes right apart. I don't even gotta look at it. Just feel it. You can clean it, oil it, do whatever you want to it. You can pull the barrel out of it like I did. Polish the living shit out of it. And then the BBs come flying out of there. I mean, obviously this thing isn't meant for power. It's meant for fun. It's what a BB gun's for. It's for fun. So, just like that. Done. Back in place. And just, I rack it back, push the lever up, let it go. And it holds. And every single time this thing runs out of BBs, it locks back. I'll take it off the happy switch just to show. See? It's like that. Out of BBs. And then mag just drops free. Absolutely amazing gun. Well worth the money. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've owned tons of BB guns, rifles, pellet guns, all of that. This thing is by far the best. I mean, even the guide rod right here is metal. I've seen some videos on YouTube saying this is plastic. This is not plastic. It's, trying to... Yeah, see, you could see the wear on it. You could see that. Trying to get in the sun. There it is. You can see the wear on it. You can see the metal coming through. That is not plastic. Nor is the barrel cover. This is all metal. The whole thing is metal, except the grips. But that's expected. Every Beretta, even the real steel, has plastic grips. Which I kind of actually want to get. I want to get some Punisher grips with this thing. I might have to modify them a little bit for the happy switch cutout, but whatever. 10 minutes of Dremel work? Worth it. So worth it. It's just beautiful. So if you're looking into this, go to Airgun Depot. You got a good deal on it. Get the one with the 2 mags. It's so worth it. These things are just amazing. And I deliberately got the one with 2 mags because I wanted to test the CO2 and see how well it held up inside the mag before leaking. And after 1,000 rounds, this mag has been in the gun for days without even being touched, and you just saw it shooting. It's fine, and there's still pressure in here. I still can't push on the valve. There's still tons of pressure in this thing. Tons. Like, see? Tons of pressure. It just does not lose. And look at that. Just once it's last round, drop it right out. Done. Drop it back in. You're ready to go. So if you're looking into a BB gun, I would highly recommend the Beretta A1 full auto. Put the happy switch down, semi. Happy switch up, happy switch. So, hope you guys got some knowledge out of this, and I hope I stopped some of the bad things that are going around about this gun, about the CO2 wastage and the slide not working, because it works. It works. I've gone through over 1,000 rounds in this thing. It works. And it's really, it just sips the CO2, especially for a blowback. I'm surprised on how well it sips the CO2. Good gun. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.